Hello everyone, and in this section of the course we are going to be learning about arrays and vectors. And in this video we are going to be taking an introduction into arrays. So what is an array? An array is basically just a collection of elements. Something important about arrays is that it has a limited number of elements which the user defines. So for example, if you declare an array of a specific amount, say 6, you can't add more than the specified amount. So you can't have 7 elements in an array of 6 that you have defined. And something else that is important is that in the array you can only have the type of data that you have declared the array to. So for example, if you declared an array to be an array of integers, you can't include a string element. Now how do we write an array? This is the format of how we declare an array. So first we write the type of array. So for example, if it is an array of integers, we write int, and then followed by the name of the array, which can be anything, and then in square brackets we write the number of elements that the array is going to have. So for example, it could be 5 or 3, and then in curly brackets we write what the elements actually are. So for example, it could be int for integer, my array as the array name, 5 as the number of elements, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as the elements. Something I want to mention is that when you write arrays, although you can't have more than the specified amount, you can have less. So for example, if you declare an array to have 5 elements, you can have 1, 2, and 3, and the rest you can add in later. So now I want to go to Visual Studio Code and just give you some examples of how to declare an arrays. Okay, so I have created a file called arrays.cpp, and I just want to go over initializing some arrays. So firstly, I'm going to declare an array of integers, and I want it to have 5 elements of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So first we're going to put int, and now we follow it up with the array name. So int was the type of element that we are going to include, and now we use the array name. So I'm just going to call it my array. Now in square brackets we write the number of elements that we are going to have. So I'm going to have 5 elements, and then in curly brackets we write the elements that we are going to include. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these are all separated by commas. Then at the end we write a semicolon. And this is all there is to declaring arrays, and as you can see, it is very simple. So I want you to have a go, and I want you to create an array of 3 elements, and it can just be red, blue, and green. So it's a string array with 3 elements, and as I want the 3 elements to be just any colors. So I want you to pause the video and have a go, and once you've tried it, click play and see if you've done it right. Okay, so I'm going to create this array underneath my previous int my array. So it is an array of strings, so I write string, and here for the type, my array name, sorry, it can be anything. You could have written anything, but I'm just going to write string array. And I said 3 elements, so in square brackets I write 3, and in curly brackets I write all my elements. So I want the 3 elements to be any 3 different colors. So I'm just going to write red, green, and blue, all separated by a comma and with a semicolon at the end. And that's all there is to it. In the next video we will learn how we can use arrays.